To our fellow Bethomniks, Shavua Tov to each and every one of you. On behalf of Rabbi Tornberg and Cantor Zark, I'm very grateful for your virtual presence at this particular time. The three of us, together with Barry Tinkelman, who is facilitating this Zoom ceremony, we're grateful to him. We are currently assembled here in our history hallway, together with Lou, with his sons and daughters-in-law and 4 grandchildren, together with Jackie's sister Lois, together with Lou's sister and brother-in-law. They are the members of the family who are with us at this particular time. This is a brief, but we hope respectful and what will be a memorable ceremony as we call to mind Jackie's extraordinary longevity as a ever dependable, beloved, respected employee of Old York Road, Temple-Beth for no less than 41 years. We all know that her primary responsibility was in the religious school office of what was called Rabbi Harold and Elise Waintrop Religious School of Old York Road, Temple-Beth aka the Mensch Lab. Manishtana, what makes Jackie's extraordinary record of employment so different is the fact that generations, and this is no exaggeration, generations of families associated with our synagogue from one decade to another necessarily had to pass through her hands. And when we think of the not hundreds, but thousands of children that she dealt with firsthand from one year and one decade to the next, as far as multiple life cycle events were concerned, it's no wonder that our beloved Jackie very much wanted this confirmation gallery to be part and parcel of who and what she was and what she represented to our synagogue. And so this very brief ceremony that we're going to begin now is the official and public and formal dedication of the Jackie Cheifetz Confirmation Gallery in the history hallway of Betham. Again, in the presence of her family, we are grateful for your presence as well. And Cantor is going to begin with the words, an excerpt from Psalm 34, verses 13, 14, and 15. Mi ha'ish hechafetz chayim.
So when I read through the words of the psalm, I immediately thought that, well, Jackie knew those words and she lived by them. Because it says, what is the way of a person who delights in life, who loves each day and earns to see goodness? Guard your tongue from evil. We know that that was one thing that you will never, ever would hear from Jackie. She was loved, and she loved everyone. Your lips from cunning speech. Turn your back on immorality, and do good without delay. That's Jackie. Seek peace and pursue it. You know, when I had trouble, I knew who to go, and she would put me on the right path. And I would know she was always that peacemaker. You know, she loved us all, and she wanted, especially this place, and I know that probably your family, they wanted all of you to be in peace with each other, and here also at Bethel. So this is Mi ha'ish, this is in honor and in praise of Jackie's wonderful, spectacular life. Mi ha'ish hechafetz bayim ohev ימים לראותו. מי האיש החפץ חיים, אוהב ימים לראותו. נצור לשון המרע ושפתיך מדבר מרמה, סור מרע ועשה טוב, בקש שלום ורודפהו. נצור לשון המרע ושפתיך מדבר מרמה, סור מרע ועשה טוב, בקש שלום ורודפהו.
One's own song. Know that each and every shepherd has his own special nigun, melody, inspired by the place in which he shepherds. For every animal has his own special grass that it needs to eat. Likewise, each shepherd does not always graze his animals in the same place. It is the grass and the pasture that determine his nigun, his melody. And the nigun of the shepherd is inspired by the transcendent melodies of the grass. Jackie was a shepherd, and she called upon all who were in her flock, whether for a short time or a long time, to partake of the grass, of the wisdom, of the warmth of Beth Am. She created a nigun. It was a mixture of this place and these people and her soul. And if we were to try to create an exhibit of such shepherding, it lies behind me on this wall. These are photos of her flock, and they are a testament, each of them in their lives, to the song that she sang.
Mourning is the price that we must pay for having the courage to love others. Even in grief, we know that the wonder of human life is too complex and too magnificent to be memorialized in endless pain. The gifts of spirit that our loved ones gave us cannot be measured or weighed, nor can they be lost or even tarnished by time. Even in our darkest hours, we know that some of their light and some of their warmth will always be with us, bringing comfort and courage. And in the fullness of time, we pray healing and peace. Representing Jackie's family, it's our privilege now to call upon son Stuart at this time. Thank you, Stuart.
Good. Okay, looking at these pictures on the wall, I understand why my mom wanted them saved and hanging back up. Each picture is one of her kids, and all good mothers want them to show them off. My mom loved working at the school. She loved memories and cherished her time here. She always talked about these pictures and how much she loved looking at them. Looking at my confirmation picture, class picture, seeing old friends bring back good memories. That could be another reason she wanted them hung up. Mom is looking down right now and smiling ear to ear. I want to thank the synagogue for honoring my mom's requests, and hope when the kids walk by this wall, they remember my mom's helping them along the entire Hebrew school process, helping them with her bright smiles, warm hugs, and yummy snacks. I also hope that the kids look at the wall and see all who came before them and know they can do it too.
Beautiful. Thank you, Stuart. Thank you. Thank you for those lovely words, Stuart. We do appreciate that. And Cantor is now going to continue with an excerpt from, I think, Psalm 121. Esenai El Harim, Me'ain Yavo Ezri. I lift up my eyes to the hills, and from whence shall I find my help? My help cometh from God.
So, but Stuart, so you just said that your mom is smiling from the skies, and I thought that SNI when it's so interesting. So if we want to get help, yes, the first thing that we do, we don't never look down, we always look up, and just as you said, that beautiful smile of Jackie's is sort of like I always feel about her like a protection around her family, and may it continue to protect you and guide you.
Dear family, before we're going to conclude with the cantor singing most appropriately Hine Matov Manayim, but before that, I want to share with you these words. I first came across them, I believe it was at the late Bob Buller's unveiling that we had earlier this year, and one of his children read this, and I was so impressed by it, I asked for a copy, and this is the hard copy that they gave me. And it's called Instructions by Arnold Crompton. And I share these words with you, but on Jackie's behalf. When I have moved beyond you in the adventure of life, gather in some pleasant place, and there remember me, with spoken words old and new. Let a tear, if you will, but let a smile come quickly, for I have loved the laughter of life. Do not linger too long with your solemnities. Go eat and talk, and when you can, follow a woodland trail, climb a high mountain, walk along the wild seashore. Chew the thoughts of some book which challenges your soul. Use your hands some bright day to make a thing of beauty or to lift someone's heavy load. Though you mention not my name, though no thought of me crosses your mind, I shall be with you. For these have been the realities of my life for me. And when you face some crisis with anguish, and when you walk alone with courage, when you choose your path of right, I shall be very close to you. I have followed the valleys. I have climbed the heights of life. Rabbi Thornburg, Cantor, and I, we wanted to find, Lou, Lois, Craig and Stuart, and all of your loved ones, we wanted to find the most appropriate song or melody with which to conclude this brief ceremony. There was nothing more appropriate, we thought, than those treasured words. Hine matov umanaim shevet achim gam yachad. You're our beloved Jackie, by virtue of her radiant, colorful, unforgettable personality, somehow had the ability to bring together multiple generations of our congregational family as one. That's something that we can never forget. We sing these words, we think of our Jackie.
שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מעטו, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מעטו, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מצוף ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מצוף ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
Dear family and friends and fellow Bethomnics, the inscription on this beautiful, iconic photo of our beloved Jackie, the inscription below reads as follows: in memory of our beloved Jackie Cheifetz, Zichrona Livracha, and below this wording that she chose herself, Confirmation Gallery, dedicated with love by Jackie J.C. Cheifetz, 2020. We are grateful to all of you for having been present at this time. We bid you, our fellow Bethomnics, Shavua Tov, and as this last week of 5,780 now begins, we wish you and all of your loved ones in advance a Shana Tova Umetuka, a good and a sweet, but above all else, a very healthy, happy, and safe New Year. God bless you all. It's really beautiful.